All right, look out. We're gonna get started. In 5, in 4, in 3. All right, 2. You agreed to do 30 days my way, right?
I have 28 more days.
30 days. 30 days for you to get in that outfit.
This contest was the brainchild of this man, Grand Canions, a 2006 contestant on The Biggest Loser.
Grand Canions decided to make a life transformation. He is now a motivational speaker.
Where do I see Grand Canions in the future? Number one, you know, I'm going to go back and I'm going to be speaking around the country like I've always done. And I'm going to be inspiring people, motivating people to do things differently.
Relationships. If you build relationships, you'll make money. It's like this. It's like that. Those who can't do something, then you do the skis like this. But I don't want you to do the skis.
That's why my lips were like yours when I was home. The grind is getting up early, going to bed late. The grind is doing free shows when you really want to get paid. The grind is hair. The grind is just, for me, it's just going out in the public and keeping my name relevant.
Grand Canions will be, I feel like my voice needs to be heard. And that voice, I'll continue writing books, I'll continue inspiring people, I'll continue empowering people. You know, I don't know whether the venue will be on television or not. I'd always like to have my own show too. Anybody listening out there, I want my own talk show. But if not, you know, I'll still be around motivating people, changing people's lives every single day. Still grinding.
I was born fat. I was a fat baby.
But that doesn't mean, you know, I mean, just...
I was a fat baby, I was a fat kid, I'm just fat.
But this is... So you want to just stay fat?
I'm just saying, you know...
So you just want to stay fat?
No, I'm just saying, it is what it is. You know,
I mean, that's
like some people have, like, receding hairlines, you know, just born with thin hair. Some people have thick hair. I was born fat.
That's it, Weber, and did he breathe? So we'll do a little quick demonstration so you get a good feel for it.
That's it. The best height of the gym is always that nice height.
I don't want it to be that's the thing about it, I don't want it to be like Biggest Losers all
well, you want to
crying
be just us, and this is our life, and I don't know if this is what you signed up for.
Signed up for. Today, we're coming to Evangelist Fellowship, my old church, where I grew up spiritually, and they're having a WIM conference, Women in Ministry, and we're going to be vendors, my wife and myself, so we can sell our t-shirts and empower more people, and so she can order me around. That's what we're doing today.
Yeah, I just got in from the gym, had my breakfast, ate all my protein this morning. It was a really good workout. I did 43 minutes of cardio. What else did I do today? I did back and chest, and my back is hurting right now. But it was a great workout, and I feel great after I work out too. What was the rest of it?
When I'm talking to people and I tell them, look, here's what you have to do to brand and market yourself. I always tell them you've got to be visible, because visibility is more important than ability. Because the more people see you, the more they believe you're credible. Visibility leads to credibility.
Get a little spiritual food and a little loot. You can't beat that. A little God and some money. You can't beat that with a stick.
My biggest thing I got to conquer is, you know, as long as I'm at home, I can eat right, my food is there, I can work out at the times I need to work out, but what happens when I go on the road? So we went on the road this weekend to see him for 3-4 days, went to the ball game, football game and all of that, and I messed up, man. I just ate crazy burgers and fries, and how come I just can't limit it? I mean, that's the part I gotta do. Limit what I do. Make better choices, you know, when I go on the road, and that's my roadblock, and I gotta conquer it if I'm ever gonna walk across that stage. Today is going okay. We sold a few pieces.
well over, made our money back. Doing pretty good. So when they come out, sell a few more. It's good. Eating a little turkey and mustard on a wrap. So that's what we got. These are all the $5 shirts we have left. Did good. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what
I'm talking about, see? Not many.
Who's the better salesperson?
Of course, honey. Me. I taught you. But you did good, though. Good job. That's my girl. That was good. That was good. You're almost there. Not quite.
Oh, whatever.
Not quite.
I was at a church a few weeks ago, and a pastor looked at me, and he said, you got the power. You got the power. But in order for you to operate in the power, you got to feel the power. So he went around and told about 12 people and got us up at the altar. We stand up there like they're giving away cheese. We just standing. And he got to the first lady. And he said, you know what, ma'am? You know what, ma'am? You got the power. You got the power. But in order for you to operate in the power, I said, in order for you to operate in the power, I said, in order for you to operate in the power, you got to feel the power. You got to pass out. No, you got to pass out, yeah. So he went on down the line, and he said, sir, you know what, sir? You know what, sir? You got the power. You got the power. But in order for you to operate in the power, I said, in order for you to operate in the power, I said, in order for you to operate in the power, you got to feel the power. Now you got to for real pass out. You know the game. Pass out, player. So he went on down the line and he got to Net. And he said, Net. Whoa, Net. Now y'all, when y'all get these gifts, especially, don't be trying it on fat people. Y'all let the skinny people do y'all thing first. Here. Because he said, Net. Whoa, Net. Whoa, Ned, you got the power, you got the power. But in order for you to operate in the power, I said, in order for you to operate in the power, I said, in order for you to operate in the power, you got to feel the power. Woo. Oh, Jesus. I looked up at that pastor. I said, Pastor, do you have the power? I said, Pastor, do you have the power? He said, yes, child. Yes, I do. I said, good. Can you pick me up? Y'all laughing, but I really do need some help to get up.
I'm going over to work out anytime today. It's a new gym in the area. A guy that I know who was at another gym I used to work out at, a guy named Wade Harvey. He started a new gym. He told me to come by. And I want to see if this gym will be a good place for me to have my boot camps. And he also said there might be a possibility somebody there can train me for this contest. So I'm going to go by and see what's going on. You know, at first when I meet this guy, you know, this little short, big dude, I mean, he got veins popping out, wide back and everything, and he's got this country accent. So Wade introduces the guy. The guy name is Teddy, and Wade says, you know, Teddy can help you with your contest. I mean, so he's a non-assuming guy. He seems like a nice guy, but I'm like, this dude?
My name is Teddy Braden. I'm the fitness director and trainer over here at Workout Anytime. You know, when Ken first came to me and told me what he was doing, you know, sort of in a waha moment, you know. I'd never done anything quite like that with the mission that he was wanting to do, with getting this out there so everybody was seeing somebody go from being a Biggest Loser to a bodybuilder. First thing that I asked Ken, I said, are you serious about this, you know, and what's your motive behind it? And then when he told me the motive behind it was to help as many people as possible like him who has gained weight, lost weight, and gained it again. You know, from being on the Biggest Loser, losing a lot of weight, and then gaining some of it back.
We just connected on a level I never would have expected. Yeah, we got the training, but I connected with him on a level that I'm gonna need much more than training on this journey. And you know, I found out, I think this guy can help me.
You know, my life made a sudden turn around August the 8th, 2008. You know, August 8th, 2008 was the last drug that I ever had. And, you know, for me, I wanted to die 24 hours a day. I did want to live.
You just never know how things are going to turn out. So here I am talking to Teddy. And I realized, you know, he and I have a lot in common. I started sharing with him about my issue with food and my relationship with food and how I had this food addiction. And the guy starts telling me about some of his issues and some of his addictions. And I'm thinking to myself, who would have thought?
And for me, what worked for me is I cried out to a God that I learned of years ago, going to church back in the day, and I asked for help. And with the way that I believe, this is just for me, nobody else, speaking from my experience. God knew when I was done, and He opened the door. And I ended up in a 12-step program. And I started doing these things, I started doing this work that needed to do. And a guy told me, he says, Teddy, you're going to have to drill before you can feel. And here I was, somebody who hasn't went one day in years without putting something in my body to make me feel different.
You know, as it turns out, I'm talking to Teddy, and he talks about his addiction and his relationship with God and how his life turned around. And I realized upon hearing him, I'm thinking to myself, that's much like me, you know, in my addiction. And it wasn't until I admitted that I had a food addiction. You know, here I was on Biggest Loser. I think I get down to this weight that I'm going to be good, and then I start going back up, and I'm on this yo-yo, and I realized that, you know what? I have an addiction, a food addiction that I need help with. They asked me why I want to do this, and I'm going to be honest with you. Teddy, I want to do this for myself, granted, but I want to do this to help other people because, you know, ever since I got off the Biggest Loser, I've helped people with my boot camps, and I've helped people lose weight, change their mindset, but there's a part of me who can't, I can change my mind. I've changed my mind to a certain point, but I feel like I still have to break through some barriers. Honestly, at the end of the day, I realized that food is an addiction for me, and it was tough for me to admit that a long time ago. And a lot of people don't admit it because there are things that happen to me. I can do good Monday through Friday, and mess up on Sunday when I get my free day. But you know, I just need somebody to help carry me all the way through the process to kind of break through these barriers.
So, you know, we sat down, we went over his goals, and he asked me if he thinks he could do it, and I said, absolutely. It's going to take work, and we're going to have to break this thing down one day at a time, one moment at a time. And, you know, we've been on that journey for the last few weeks. I think we've been working about 5 weeks now. I believe the first month he's already lost around 17 pounds. So I absolutely do believe he can do it, and it's, you know, I believe something like this can give a lot of people hope who has been through what Ken's been through.
I'm tired of this yo-yo. I'm tired of going up and down. And he said some things to me that just blew me away. And you know, he said, look, we'll take this one day at a time. And I've heard that whole one day at a time thing. I've heard it. I've even said it one day at a time. But it never really clicked to me until Teddy said it. He said, one day at a time, I'll just take this one day as my gift, and I'll do the very best that I can with this one day, and I'll let tomorrow take care of itself. For 3 years, I've been saying, I want to enter this contest, I want to do it, I want to do it. And I'm the type of person that I don't ever want to be a hypocrite. But the timing wasn't right, and I didn't have all my tools. I didn't have all the tools. I think Teddy's going to be the missing piece. Because one thing, he's willing to say who he is. He's okay to be himself. He's okay to be free in his relationship with God. I want to be free about my relationship with Christ. And we can talk about that. And that's very important. So, you know, I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to give me what I need. And who knows? I might give him something he needs.